Hi homeschool moms. Today I wanted to share with you a fun way to give your kids an introduction to grammar and specifically the parts of speech. So if you are familiar with me at all, you know that I don't introduce grammar, formal grammar, until about second or third grade, but I love to introduce it in just fun ways when my children are younger. And a great way to do this is this silly sentences game. It is for 1 to 4 players and it's for ages 4 to 7, although my older kids all the way up to age 12 are still enjoying playing this game with their younger siblings. So let me go ahead and show you how to play silly sentences. So what you do is it's almost like a puzzle, and there are different pieces and they are color coded differently. So the orange pieces have an image and a word, and they are going to be nouns. So the orange ones are nouns. The green ones here are verbs. Let me see here. We've got blue are adjectives. Yellow are articles. Let's see. I think I need a pink one here. Pink is prepositions, and then purple, if I can find it. Oh, good. Right here on the top. Purple is the period to end the sentence. So there are 5 parts of speech plus the period there. And so what you do is you take all of the noun cards or puzzle pieces and you stack them all together in the middle of the board. This is going to take a while. So here we go. All right, once all of the noun cards are stacked up in the middle of the board, then what you do with the rest of these puzzle pieces is you're going to divide them up equally. So you would actually turn them over so that you cannot see what is there, and you would just start dividing them up between however many players you have. So I'm just going to guess here and say if I have 2 players, that's about even. But obviously if you're really playing, you'd want to make sure that you divvy those out equally so that kids don't get upset that you're not playing fairly. After you have divided them up equally and your children have turned all of their pieces over so they can see them, then you start the game. Now, it says to just have 1 stack of noun puzzle pieces. I like to divide it up into 2 stacks so that my kids have a little bit more variety to choose from. So here they could choose from either of the puzzle pieces on the top. And what they're going to do on their turn is they have to use something from their pile, and they can either add it to an existing sentence, or they can grab one of these noun puzzle pieces and use it with something from their pile. Now the object of the game is to get rid of all your puzzle pieces. So the first person to get rid of their pile is the winner. So you want to try to get as many of your pieces out there on the table. Now the directions here are a little confusing, so we just kind of made up our own rules. We interpreted it the way that we thought made the most sense. And so what I do is I let my kids, they can pick 1 or more from their stack if they can use them in 1 sentence and all together. For example, they could choose to use a and do a frog, just like that. But if they wanted to say maybe a happy frog, then they could do that because these 2 from their hand are together. They're putting those together. So they could do a happy frog, like that, and then that would be their turn. The next person's turn, they could either use something from their hand and add it to the existing sentence, for example, a happy frog climbed. And again, if they had something that went with climbed, like a happy frog climbed over, these are two from their hand, but they go together, so they could use both of those at the same time. A happy frog climbed over, and they could also grab one from the noun stack. So a happy frog climbed over. If they had, let's see, a happy frog climbed over a, and then baby. Happy frog climbed over a baby, and then that would be their turn. So because all of these were from their hand and together, we let them play it at the same time. And again, you always have to use something from your hand. So on the next turn, this person can just put a period there. They could put a period and end that sentence. Or if they didn't want to play a period, maybe they wanted to start a new sentence. So here's a capital A. They could say a flower. Or maybe they had a green. They want to say a green flower. And that's their turn. And then the next person, a green flower, they might say something silly like ate, because we know a flower is not going to eat anything, but hey, these are silly sentences. So we could say a green flower ate, and they could just play 8. They could play 8 plus, if they had they could say ate the fox. A green flower ate the fox. Or they could start a whole new sentence. Maybe they have blue and they want to put it with kangaroo. Blue kangaroo, and they're starting a new sentence. You can have as many sentences out there as you want. And again, the goal is to get rid of your whole stack. And when your stack of puzzle pieces is done, then you win and the game is over. And I'm going to guess your kids are going to actually want to play again. These are really fun to read as well when we're all done. The kids will read the sentence and they get a big laugh out of the sentences they created. So we really enjoy playing silly sentences. It is a great activity to just introduce kids to the parts of speech, the different parts of grammar. If you're interested in getting this game, I will leave a link to it down below. And I hope that you will subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll be notified of new videos in the future. Thank you for watching.